Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we are going to be taking a look at the Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo, my personal favorite turtle. Growing up, it was always Leonardo, but as I grew up, I kind of tended to side more with Mikey and started to look at things on the lighter side of things and, you know, really enjoying the party lifestyle and pizza and chill attitude that he has in the show and whatnot. So Mikey's definitely my favorite turtle. Second is Leo, then Raph, then Donatello. I'm not a science and tech guy, so he just doesn't relate to me. But we'll definitely talk more about those other turtles later on in this week. Today we are taking a look at Michelangelo. And yes, this is the Super 7 version. So if you didn't know, these are essentially more detailed, upgraded, larger versions of the original Playmates toys, which is why it looks vintage at a larger scale and a larger price point, obviously. But yeah, that's the way they're able to do this license. So if you didn't know, when multiple toy companies are doing the same license, i.e. franchises like Ninja Turtles, where you have NECA, Playmates, and Super 7 all contributing, and even the Loyal Subjects and now even Mezco, the way that they're able to do this is because they do them, one, in different scales, and two, in different iterations. So, like, if you look at the new ones that Mezco just released images for, that we aren't going to get for a few years, guys, but that they showed off, at least, it's a mixture of, like, the Mirage and the 80s cartoon comic with the colored bandanas, but the bodies and the look of the Mirage turtles. And, you know, NECA obviously has the rights to the cartoon and the 90s turtle movies, so they can do those. So Super 7 was left with being able to do these versions right here, where, you know, NECA isn't giving us this. Playmates is somewhat giving us these figures, but back in the original versions of the, like, what was it, 3.75 inch scale and whatnot. So they are doing these, but at a smaller, less detailed scale, so that's kind of how they get around it. So, yeah, to be honest, guys, I actually only had Donatello growing up, and that was because he was a hand-me-down from my older brother. But I never had Michelangelo, Leonardo, or Raphael in these versions, so it's pretty cool to see them blown up, more detailed, more articulated, in a bigger scale and whatnot. And I have to be honest with you guys, after I had pre-ordered these and while I was waiting, I kind of thought to myself that I was going to sell these once I got them in hand, because I have so many turtles, guys. I'm just like, what do I need another set of turtles for? And then I got them in hand, and I made the mistake of opening them up to look just at the figure, and I instantly fell in love. And well, here we are, full week of Super 7 Ninja Turtle reviews. And now I do have a few of the newer ones on pre-order from like Wave 2, or more like Wave 5, 6, and 7 at this point, because I think one turtle came in every wave, so they've already had 4 at that point. And then they started doing the variations on the turtles and whatnot, and I think Wave 5, 6, and 7. So I think that's what we... Oh, I think they just released 8, or was that 7? The one with Gorilla, and all those great, and the Triceraton. I can't remember exactly, but anyways, guys, I picked and choose from those, but obviously I had to get the 4 turtles, and with them re-releasing the 4 as a set, that's when I went ahead and picked them up. So that's why I went ahead and got them now, rather than, you know, earlier on when they were just being released one by one per wave. So anyways, guys, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get on into this review. So he does come with quite a bit. So like I said, this is a play on the original Playmates version, the 3.75 inch figure that we would get for like, what, $5, $6, $7 for $55. So like I said, more articulation, more sculpting detail, more paint apps, more accessories and options to display. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the alternate head that he comes with. So all 4 turtles do come with an alternate head. They come with their vintage head sculpt on, but then they do also come with an exclusive Super 7 head sculpt. So the one that Mikey has on is the vintage one, and here is the exclusive Super 7 one. and I have to be honest, it's not my favorite. It does work for a few picks in my review, but for the most part, I really like this one on him, and I'm going to definitely display him with this head sculpt. But like I said, you do get this exclusive Super 7 head with this figure like you do with each turtle, essentially. So now let's go ahead and take a look at his hands. So he does come with a pair of open action hands right here. Here is the right one, as he is currently utilizing the left one right there, as you can see. And he does also come with a pair of close C-grip hands. Once again, he's utilizing the other one right there, so here's the left one. And you do also get a pair of close C-grip hands right here. So here's the pair, but I'll go ahead and pull up the other C-grip hand. So here's the larger C-grip hand, and here's the smaller C-grip hand. You can totally see the difference in the size of the opening in the hand. So that way you can hold all the accessories, but you also do get a pair of fisted hands, which is amazing because, I mean, they're ninjas, so of course they're going to get down. So that's not all. You do get two variations of the nunchucks for Michelangelo with this figure. So you see one in his hand, which is the real chain variation right here, which is super cool. That is real chain, and yeah, it moves and does all sorts of cool stuff like that. But as you can see, it just kind of hangs there. So Super 7 also included some plastic ones right here, so that way you can kind of bend and mold it, and it doesn't really stay, but you can kind of get some stuff with it. So yeah, it doesn't just sag down like that. But I think the real chain ones are really cool and my personal favorite. And last but not least, you do also get his grapnel rope, I guess, that they eventually forced him to use because the UK technically made nunchucks illegal, and they wanted to show Teenage Mutant Ninja heroes in the UK. Oh yeah, didn't you know? In the UK, they weren't known as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, because ninjas were bad back in the 80s and 90s in the UK. So they were known as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. So yeah, fun fact for you guys if you didn't know that. And that's one of the reasons why Michelangelo ended up using this thing opposed to his obviously iconic nunchucks. So that is not all in terms of accessories and even weaponry that this guy comes with. So the original Playmate toys did come with way more accessories and weapons than the Turtles actually used. But, you know, it was always about packing in more fun for the kids. So more fun included a short spear stick staff thing where you can not only stab, but you can also hook. So more fun, kids, right? But it's not a gun, so it's a lot less dangerous. Remember that. You do also get this triangle blade that you can grip, or that they can grip with their hand. And Raphael actually comes with something in his back to put this in, so that's pretty cool. But he's actually the only turtle that comes with it. So when we do his review, we will take a look at that. You do also get this, what I like to call a pizza cutter, because when they hold it, it's kind of awkward because you hold it like this. So it's, I don't know, I think it's a pizza cutter because you do also get a piece of pizza in a pizza box that says pizza. It is a fixed box, so you can't open or close it, but you do get some nice cheesy, greasy goodness right up there too. In fact, that's not the only accessories that he does come with. He does come with two other weapon accessories. I just wanted to make that pizza cutter joke and transition to that, obviously. So bear with me, guys, but he does come with two ninja stars, and that is it in terms of, well, painted accessories. Because if you guys do want this guy to be vintage, just more upscaled, they do include that old school, I don't even know what to call it, but this weapon tree, I guess you would say, where all the weapons are attached and you would rip it apart and add it to the figure and whatnot. So if you didn't know, if you're not old enough, you know, the original figures came with the weapons like this, and you would take it off and they would be unpainted like this, unfortunately. And that's why now is the time to be a toy collector, because we go from this to this, to this, to this. Even the pizza cutter, I mean, look at that. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and pull him forward since we're done with the accessories, so we can get a nice closer look at him. Now, I've heard a lot of complaints about the shine on these guys. It is pretty strong. You can clearly see it in the camera. His head is just reflecting all sorts of light. But you know what? I think it's because they're trying to replicate the old Playmates toys, and those ones were glossy and shiny and whatnot. So, like I said, that's the way they have to do it, is, the old Playmate style way. And so, yeah, I think that's why. But there's a lot of nice detailing right here. Like, you see some slashes in his actual shell, which is really fucking cool. He does have a belt back here, so that way you can go ahead and insert the nunchucks right here so he can carry them on his back. They do fit. You just have to push them in. Whoops, not too hard, because it is a soft plastic. So if you push too hard, force it too hard, it will potentially rip that soft plastic. But with a little patience and a little bit of force, but a little bit of soft touch too, they do go in right there, as you can see. So yeah, all in all, I absolutely love this figure. Like I said, I had full intentions of selling him when I got him, because like I said, I have so many sets of turtles, and I even have more on the way in the Secret of the Ooze versions, that I was like, why do I need another set? But once I had him in hand, I was like, I need another set. So yeah, these guys are extremely cool. However, my Michelangelo came a little wonky on the legs, so his joints are super loose. Like, look at this, I'm barely tapping it and it's rotating a lot, and so it's a bit of a hassle when I was trying to pose him up for toy photography. But he will still go into a running pose. You just have to mess with him. So it's not as easy as, say, I think Raphael was pretty easy to put into a running pose. And like I said, it's possible. You just have to mess with them quite a bit in order to find that real balance point. You know what I mean? So I took a pic with Mikey running, so I know. And on top of that, I was balancing him on carpet. So, this is a harder, flatter surface in my review booth. So, yeah, as you can see, he can still hit a running pose despite his loose joints, thankfully. But not that I'm going to be displaying him like that anyways, but it's good to know whether or not he can do that, especially for toy photography. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and move on into articulation. Look at his wonky leg. Look at that. Just put a little bit of pressure and it's like, just gives. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. He can look all the way to the right. He can look all the way to the left. He has some decent head tilt. He can not look down. He can look up decently, I guess. So you can have him looking up like that at you. But he also looks, I guess, oh, that's normal right there, and that's up. So it's not too bad, but he doesn't look down at all, because when you pull this off, it's, yeah, that's your neck joint right there. So you don't get too much up and down movement with those. He will go out to a T-pose right there. 360 rotation at the shoulder, no butterfly joint. 360 rotation at the bicep. Single hinge elbow. Most Ninja Turtles come with single hinge elbows. Rotation at the elbow as well. Rotation at the wrist, hinging in and out on all the hands as well. Oh yeah, they do have waist twist at the very bottom right there. And in terms of kicking out, I mean, we've kind of already seen him because of his wonky legs. But yeah, the Turtles can join the cheerleading squad, which is amazing because they have a squad of their own already. So they just have to come up with their own cheers, which will probably have something to do with pizza and, being Ninja Turtles. So anyways, guys, moving on. They will kick forward that much. He will kick back that far. He does come with a single hinge knee, but it will go to 90 degrees. No hinging at that knee. And finally, let's go ahead and take a look at his ankles, which will go down flat. They'll go up that far. And of course, ball rocker joint right there. So all in all, like I said, guys, I had full intentions of selling these guys. And after I got them in hand, they're amazing, I have to admit. Super 7 definitely did a great job with these, and despite the minor flaws, the loose joints, the shiny paint, like I said, I think the shiny paint is intentional to be replicant of the Playmates toys, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I only had Donatello, and I don't know where he's at right now. I do have him still. I've seen him recently in my class year or two in my bin of toys. I just have to go and find him. But yeah, guys, with that being said, join me every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday over on Instagram at CoolFigurez for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy collecting, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day. so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do also have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out. If you like what you see, leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys like unboxings, check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all of my unboxings. And check me out every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, weekly toy haul, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday over on Instagram for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it.